couldn't get through without at least one overtime game, right?
Well, yeah. And a little spicy.
Yeah.
Happy International Women's Day, Lori.
Thank you. Women in every room. Do you want water? No, I'm good. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so OSU, thank you. Thank you.
I think it was.
What now? You know, we won't know, so just go ahead and put a one up there in case they really haven't been. Okay. Do you cover Oklahoma State? Joe, is it Joe? Zach. Sorry, I was looking. I don't have my sorry. That's right. Do you cover Oklahoma State?
I cover Baylor.
You do. All right. Sorry. So Anagret Asi. Does that sound right? Yeah. Oklahoma State has a QR code for their pronunciation guide, which works at the beginning of the tournament, but not when you're trying to like crash course it. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, Baylor 21. Good. And 11. Okay, Jada and Arnett. You know what? I haven't seen you since you asked. Well, I saw you this morning, but YouTube channel and the media portal are where these press conferences are put. I'm sorry, I haven't seen you. I didn't see you yesterday to tell you.
No worries.
So anyway, I did get the answer, just not to you very quickly.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So, oh, you got him. Yep. Never mind. You're good. So we've had a 41-point performance, 32, 37. Have we had any other 30s?
I think Peterson.
Really?
One of the first days was like.
Okay, yeah. Wow. It's a lot of dominating performances. So, well, Staley, what did she have yesterday?
34.
Thank you. I knew there was one that was,
Yeah, so 40, couple of 30.
wow. Remind me what school you go to. Okay. That's right. We probably talked. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Keep looking at me because I bet we'll have some back podium questioners. So just kind of keep your eye on me because I think we'll probably have some questions from the podium. Baylor is headed this way. What a game. All right, we're joined by Baylor head coach Nikki Collins, student athletes Aaronette Vonleh and Jada Walker. Coach, get us started.
Yeah. Need this mic. I think you jinxed me, Juliana, because I haven't lost my voice all season. But wow, what a game. I thought we got off to a slow start. Had to call an early timeout, but I thought we rebounded. We found ways to get downhill, get paint points. We didn't have a lot of threes for a long stretch, but we were getting it done in the paint. And I thought once we started rebounding and scrapping, it turned into a really good game. So just happy to be in the championship.
All right, questions? Raise your hand. All right, right here. 2 questions here in the, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Aaronette, talk about the career high in points tonight, the feeling that you had while you were out there.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know that it was a career high till the end of the game. I was just really trying to, be useful for my teammates, and they were really good at finding me when I was open. And so it was just making layups, really.
Coach, when they went to the 2-3 zone, how did that affect your play?
Yeah, it hurt us. I think not having Bugs and then Bella fouling out, we didn't have a traditional lineup. We've been really good against zones this year, but there was a standard 2-3, and we just haven't played those lineups together, between people fouling out and where we were at. It was like once I got to a timeout and could diagram what I wanted and they could understand it, then we started to be able to feed it back in and play the numbers on the backside. And, I think they went to the 2-3 because we were getting the ball to Nettie too easily. And, I think they wanted to surround her with more bodies. But I knew with the right spacing we could still do it. We just had to kind of get to an action that we run regularly, but we usually don't have a 2-guard set the screen. So I thought at first it really bothered us. But then I thought, to open overtime, we really hammered it inside, made some shots. Jada hit a shot. I thought Wise's 3 in the corner. Jennings was huge. I was telling her to move it. She said, nope, I'm going to shoot it. And I clapped. So, but really, really, eventually we figured it out.
All right, Zach.
What can you say about Aaronette's performance tonight?
Yeah.
Obviously, she was pretty dominant.
Yeah, it was awesome. She knows I probably believe in her more than she believes in herself. So, 37, I really don't expect that every night, I promise. But, because of who Magasa is, and how good she's been defensively this year, they've not had to double team all year. So, I thought she was aggressive early. The crazy part was she missed her first 4 shots, but she was playing to the rim really aggressive and making good moves. So I think once it started to go in, she picked up a couple fouls. She just continued to want the ball. And I always say, it doesn't matter what we run. If she wants the ball, our guards are going to get it to her. And I just thought we did that a lot of different ways tonight. But I thought her screening and rolling was really good too. It wasn't just low post. She got drop passes, she got roll behinds. So I thought we effectively played in our ball screens, which we didn't do when we played them the first time.
Again.
Aaronette, I know you came to Baylor to play in big moments in big games. I mean, is this kind of what you were expecting, and are you happy with kind of how you stepped up when it was the lights were the brightest?
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly where I wanted to be, finishing out my last year. I'm glad we're playing for a championship, and I know that we have what it takes on our team to be successful and win a ring. So it's exciting, and I'm glad that I was able to pick it up at the right time.
All right, back on the podium.
In the back, Nettie, you said at the end of that TCU game that you're hoping you can get another shot at them, or you're going to get another shot at them. So now that you get this trilogy going tomorrow, what's kind of the feeling like that you're going to face them again?
I mean, third time's the charm. I think that we're just going to be very prepared, and I hope that we carry like the momentum that we had in this game right into that one.
And Jada, going into overtime, can you just talk about the tenacity of this team, that y'all were able to hang on, and despite them having runs, y'all were able to stay in control?
Yeah, that's kind of what we've been doing all year. It's been a game of runs for us a lot, but we've been on the winning side of it. So I'm really proud of our team, the way that we can fight. And even though we went into overtime, still battled with two people going out, fouling out, and still being able to come in with subs and get the job done.
Greg.
Coach, a couple of weeks ago, you gutted out a win at K-State, and from then to now earning this rematch against TCU, how would you summarize the state of your team over that stretch?
Yeah, I think it started in February. I think when we lost to TCU the first time, I think February was an undefeated month for us. I think we built a lot of confidence. I think we took a lot of confidence into the TCU game the last time. We missed some shots we usually make. I thought our defense was elite. I thought their defense was elite. And they made a couple more plays than we did to end up with the regular season championship. But proud of this group for getting back here, not hanging their heads. Oklahoma State had beaten us once. They beat K-State. They beat TCU. Like, that's a really good basketball team. What J.C. Hoyt's done with that team this year is impressive. Nobody was talking about the portal kids they brought in, and all they've done is find ways to win and be really, really good. And so I'm just proud of what we did tonight against a good basketball team, especially with how they punched first. We had to fight our way back into the game and then took a bigger lead. And then Micah Gray, 3 threes later, we were in a dogfight. So had to keep finding ways. Had the last shot to win it in regulation. And sometimes you can be like upset and almost let that carry into overtime, but I just don't think we did that. And I needed that time with them to get us in what we needed to be in, I think, to be successful.
Okay, well, go up here, and then we'll go back to the podium. You're first.
Coach, whistle-heavy game today, but there are 4 players on the court that ended up fouling out. I mean, how do you adjust to those whistles actively in the game?
Good question. I mean, it was obviously, at the end of the day, like 24 and 22, and that's probably more even because they had to foul at the end with the lead. Otherwise it probably would have been pretty even. It's always frustrating. I don't think you ever like that much play stoppage, but I also think it was a really physical game. And it was physical in the lane all night long. Ask this one, rebounds were tough to come by. You had to be first to the floor because I thought that was something they did really well, was really attack the glass and come up with loose balls in the lane. But I think, the thing that I was proud of is we made our free throws. I think in a game like that, it hasn't been our strength this year. Hasn't always been a weakness, but I thought we made a living there tonight.
Podium.
Coach, going off the fouls, I mean, lots of fouls, but at the same time, you kind of kept them away from the right person. And Staley didn't go to line as much as she did last couple games. I mean, how much of an emphasis was that placing on tonight?
Staley was pretty good. I mean, she had 25 and 12. She's a downhill player, and, we didn't foul her. But I thought early in transition she bothered us. And then obviously, like, we were, Bella's a good matchup for her, but Bella was in foul trouble all night, so it was kind of by committee. And we ended up switching a lot of action, so they all had to guard her and had to box her out. And she got named first team all conference for a reason. And in some ways, like, it hurt us that Bella was in foul trouble probably as much as it hurt them that Staley was in foul trouble, and Bella was in more because Staley played twice as much as Bella. So, I think she got the upper hand on that one tonight. But, we got the W.
All right, right here in the left.
Coach Wise hit a couple big threes and played some really good defense. I guess, did you expect something like that from her in this moment with Bella in foul trouble?
Look, the kid's a competitor. Like, you don't know what to expect. I know she's going to play hard. I know she's going to run around. She's probably going to mess up a switch. Forget who she's guarding, but she's going to play hard, and I think and there's a fearlessness about how she plays. So I know she's never afraid to play in big moments. That I have, I thought her threes were big. She got the two. She's a confident player. Like, she missed 1 3 on a possession. We got an offensive rebound, threw it back out to her, and she shot it again. So, it wasn't like she was afraid to take a big shot, and we needed them. Like, she hit one, and then Jada hit one, and that created that big separation in overtime. So, really big shots. She's fearless. I'm probably the one that holds her back.
All right. I think we're good. Thank you. See you tomorrow. All right, joined by Oklahoma State head coach J.C. Hoyt and student athlete Anna Grad-Assi. Coach, a few comments about the game?
Well, I'm really very, very proud of our team for the way that they fought today. I love the way that they came out, just swinging and got us off to a really good start. And then obviously it was never going to be an easy game. We knew that, but I thought that we had a great start and loved the energy that we started the game with. It was hard to sustain that, just getting in early foul trouble. So that definitely made a difference for us. Overall, I mean, though, just what an incredible basketball game. Two teams who are just fighting with everything that they have. Obviously, Vonleh was out of her mind. We did not have an answer for her. The answer to her was on the bench. The answer to her was Tina Magassa, who got to play 17 minutes today. So that was just a tough go for us, but she was phenomenal. They made big threes down the stretch in overtime to really kind of blow it open, and couldn't recover from that. But all in all, I absolutely love going to war with this group of girls, and they've just been so fun to compete with, and giving us everything that we've asked them to do, and just giving us their whole hearts. And so today does hurt a lot because of that, but I'm so proud of everything that we've done just overall this season and the conference. You know, no one thought we would be here. Coach has picked us 11th, so to finish as a 3 seed and, you know, be in the semifinal game today feeling like we woulda, coulda, shoulda won, I'm really, really proud of that, and just love the position that our program is in right now in general.
Questions? Just raise your hand right here in the front right.
JC, obviously a little bit of frustration there with just how active the whistles were throughout today, but what is your message to your team in those moments where things feel a little bit out of control?
I wasn't very good in the first half. I was really frustrated with them, and so I felt like I needed to be better. I was very frustrated. It's just hard to. I'm not going to say a lot, but it's hard to win games with whistles like that. And I was much better in the second half, as much as I could be, at just getting back to neutral, and just challenged our team to do the same thing. And you know, that's a part of the game, though. I mean, it's going to happen, and fully understand that. I just wish it didn't feel sometimes like that was, you know, where the game was decided. But all in all, I've got to be better in those situations moving forward, and our team has to be better, and I know we all will be.
Over on the left.
Coach, was there an explanation on the whistle in overtime?
No, I never got an explanation. It was an inadvertent whistle, is what they ended up saying. My frustration was just that I didn't call a timeout, then we had to stop. And then we spent the entire time thinking we had the timeout, so we thought we could advance, wasted the whole timeout talking about something that never came to fruition. So that was the explanation, though, I guess, in a roundabout way that they gave us, was it was an inadvertent whistle and we couldn't advance from a timeout. Could you walk us through the last shot at the end of regulation that you guys had in your possession? Couldn't have asked for a better shot. I trust Micah Gray with the ball in her hands in those situations. There's nothing I regret about that. She's been one of the most clutch players for us all season long. She's just hit big shots time and time and time again. So we got the shot that we wanted. Just didn't fall this time.
Okay, back on the podium.
I'm going to piggyback off that. Micah, you know, in that series in the last minute of the third quarter, you go Gray, Baylor turnover, and then Gray to tie it up 52-52. I mean, how did that kind of change the game going into the fourth for you guys? Yeah, I mean, it was huge. It was just, you know, a total swing in momentum, and we all feed off of, you know, hitting big shots, and that's been a staple for us this season, is just knocking down those threes and, you know, making tough threes. And Mike has been one of the best for us in doing that. So I think it just gave us all, you know, that little boost of energy that we needed, because felt like we were fighting through so much. We had really weird lineups on the floor, you know, just trying to figure things out with an unorthodox lineup for us. So that was huge for us when she hit those shots. You've talked a lot about how special this season has been. I mean, you've had all these wins. So how does that really carry over to Selection Sunday? Well, at the end of the day, we still get to play. And that was the goal for this season, was to position ourselves to get to play in the tournament. You know, we were able to do that my first season here. Anna Gret has been a huge part of that. She has literally been the face of our program, you know, in the last few years. And so we didn't get to have that together last year, and we hated it. Everyone did. So the whole goal was to get back to the tournament. It's amazing to get to lose at this time of year and know you still get to play, and you still get to play
in the biggest tournament of the year that we've all been, striving to do. So while this really, really hurts, we still have everything that we want ahead of us. And one thing about this group, I've loved our response after losses. We haven't had to feel it very much, that feeling of losing, but every single time we have, they bounce back just that much better and stronger. So we're really looking forward to Selection Sunday.
Okay, we're going to go here and then back to the podium.
Annegret, just to follow up on that point, what has been special about this team? And I know tonight's disappointing, but just how forward are you looking to the NCAA tournament and trying to make a run there?
I think this year's team has just stuck together through like everything and kind of just connected on a level that I haven't really been a part of before. Just people's wise, like not even like just on the court stuff, like just like loving to be around each other. And I think that's why like it hurts so much, because like we want to be successful for each other. And like today, obviously like one of our goals, like Coach said before, we haven't like said it out loud that our goal was to come here and like possibly play for the championship, but like deep inside everybody felt that we're capable of that. And I feel like we kind of just feel like we let ourselves down a little bit too. Not in terms that like we didn't play hard, but kind of, I don't even know how to explain it exactly, but like it just feels like every time we have lost, like we go back and think that like we could have done something better. And like this one just hurts a little bit more because it was like probably one of the biggest games of our season.
JC, just you mentioned the big rotation. Can you talk us through kind of the situationally how you decided kind of when to try to get Tenen back in the game? And also Praise was put in a tough spot, but how do you think she sort of stepped up to the challenge of trying to defend Vonleh?
Praise never backs down from anything. I mean, that's one of my favorite things about her. She's going to give you everything she has every time. With the quick turnaround, sometimes it's hard to talk about everything. Obviously, we knew that she was going to be the first option for them, but just in those moments, it was hard to coach her the way that we needed to, and we ended up going to the zone, and that was effective for a while. But even that was a little bit unique for everyone, but especially Praise. But Praise, I mean, could she have been better? Yeah, we all could have been, but it was never from a lack of effort. That's never the case with any of our kids. But that's, credit to Vonleh. I mean, she's a hell of a player.
Back on the podium.
Annegret, obviously, like you said, not the result you guys wanted, but what does it do for this team going to war in such, a unique situation away from home when you prep for this tournament coming up to kind of learn what this group can do in such high intensity situations?
I think this was like a good, I don't want to say warm up for the NCAA, but like this is a setting that we, as this group, like hasn't been a part of before. So NCAA is probably gonna look something similar. And what was the other part of the question? I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel like yesterday, in the beginning of the game, we kind of, like our shots weren't falling, and like it just kind of felt a little like unclear, maybe, that like we were rushing a lot like yesterday, and it's like a new environment, and I think that was a little bit a part of that too. But overall, I think that was a really good experience that we can like just take going into the NCAA tournament and learn from it.
Front row.
Anna-Gret, obviously March calls for pretty emotional, high-pressure games. So moving forward, how are y'all going to kind of come together and keep each other in check when it comes to that emotion on the court and off the court?
I feel like we have been doing a lot better with like holding each other accountable in a lot of different situations, and I feel like everybody just understands that like the team comes first, and like however we're feeling or however we're, I don't know, performing on the court that day, like we gotta be happy for each other and like do everything we can for each other so us as a team can like play as long as we can.
All right, middle left.
JC, I know the outcome wasn't what you wanted, but Jaden had some pretty significant moments there down the stretch and some important free throws and, like I say, big moments. How do you think she handled it with close friends in the stands today?
I'm so proud of her. Jaden grew up the last couple games, not just today, but yesterday. I thought defensively she was excellent for us. Today she grew up offensively, just knocking down those free throws, like you said. She just was so good at facilitating offense for us. 5 assists. When she's getting paint touches and kicking out and finding the open man, I mean, we're just such a good team. We're better for it when she's doing that. And her I don't want to say issue, but her weakness, if you will, has just been her ability to be consistent. Because when she's playing well, I mean, she's one of the best players out there, and we're a better team for it. But we've struggled a little bit to have her be consistent with those games. But for her to put back-to-back games together, I'm so proud of her. It's not just Jaden. I mean, we have one kid on this team who has played in an NCAA tournament. One, and she's sitting with me. Jaden, freshmen, all of our transfers and the kids that we have, I mean, this is a lot for them. And I've never been more proud of the way that they've handled it and the way that they've fought all season long to, just get where we are. And Jaden is definitely a catalyst to that. She's fearless. And I think that, she gives a lot of people around her confidence. But I'm super proud of Jaden. I think she grew up tremendously, and I am very, very excited about our future right now.
Any more questions? Right here.
Coach, just as much as you can, where would you like to see yourselves Selection Sunday at the end of the day?
I think we've proven that we're one of the best teams in the country, and our resume shows that. We've got 5 quad 1 wins. Not sure what the net was today. I want to say 26. Go to overtime with Baylor today. We belong with the best of the best, and I'm really hoping we can get off that 7 line that they keep projecting us at. I do not for the life of me understand that. But ultimately, that's not in our control. But like I said, the biggest thing is we know that we get to see our names on that screen, and we're just going to continue to control what we can. Got to stick together, prepare in the meantime. But I think, you look at this conference and you got 5 teams in the top 25. I don't even want to attempt to say what all the net rankings are, but I know it's really damn good. And I know that this conference deserves to have, our teams in it, not just a lot of teams in it, but with those higher seeds. And so I hope that we get the respect as a conference that I believe that we've earned, and certainly as a team.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.